Hey Tea Squad, it's Kirsty, grab your tea. Because today's mystery is whimsical, eerie, and just a little bit fairy tale. We're heading to medieval England, to a village with a lovely name, Woolpit. And yes, it involves two children with green skin who appeared out of nowhere. Picture this, it's harvest time. The fields are buzzing, people are working. And suddenly farmhands spot two kids near a wolf trap on the edge of the fields. A boy and a girl. Their clothes are unfamiliar, their language doesn't sound like anything local, and their skin has a green tint, not sickly green, more like they've been lightly dusted with peas. Everyone stops and stares, because how could you not? The villagers bring them into town. The children are clearly frightened and refuse the food they're offered, bread, meat, fruit, until someone brings out raw beans still in their pods. For days, they live almost entirely on beans. Over time, the girl begins to pick up the local language. The boy sadly doesn't survive his first year, but the girl thrives. Her green coloring slowly fades, and she blends into village life. When the villagers finally ask where she came from, her answer sends tingles down spines. She says she and her brother came from a place without sunlight, a land with perpetual twilight, where everything looked green. She calls it Street Martin's land. One day, she says, they followed the sound of bells, wandered through a dark passage, and ended up blinded by the bright world on the other side, the world of Woolpit. They tried to retrace their steps but couldn't find the way back. So, what on earth happened here? Diet and deficiency. Some suggest the green tint was a temporary effect from malnutrition, possibly a condition that changes skin appearance and a diet heavy in legumes. Once her food improved, the color faded. Underground mine kids. There's a theory the children came from a nearby mining community where people lived in dim tunnels and were unfamiliar with the local language and sunlight. The bells could have been church bells, guiding them out through hidden shafts. Lost foreigners. Maybe they were displaced children from across a border or a community with a different dialect and unusual clothing. In a world without maps for the masses, getting lost could turn into legend very quickly. Faerie crossing. The folkloric take is delicious. They wandered through a thin place between worlds, a little wrinkle where our world and a stranger one briefly overlap. That would explain the twilight land, the green hue, and the sudden, dazzling daylight. As she grew, the girl of Woolpit adapted. She learned the language, worked in service, and, according to some versions, eventually married. The green faded, but the story never did. So Tea Squad, what do you think? Malnutrition, mines, or a momentary slip between worlds? Drop your theory below because this one sits right on the edge of history and myth, and that's exactly where Curiously True Tales loves to live. Until next time, keep sipping that tea, and if you hear bells while you're walking near the woods, maybe don't follow them. Or do, and tell me what you find.